Welcome to Web Scraping with Beautiful Soup. My name is Frederick and thank you for joining. I'm only using Target website just for training purposes. Please consult with them if you need to use their real data. Um, Make sure you are not violating any policy. Uh, we're going to look in the website, inspect the HTML element, find the deals that we need, make sure that we can the ones that has the deal, find the class that has the deal, make sure each deal fall within the same class. Right now they're in the div. We're gonna use the beautiful soup find all to find the div class that we need, and then we're gonna iterate through the data and get the content, the text information that is located within that class. As we can see, they all have the same class. You can choose if you want multiple information or if you just want to pull up specific information that you need for your shopping. We're going to write this in a file and then use that file for shopping. So let's run the code. I already have the code written, and then the code is going to give us all the information that we need. Then we're going to work back in reverse to see how we ended up building this code. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and run the code and validate the file that is written that we're gonna use for our reference. And when we run the code, we can see the code is running. We scrape up the website, and then we get all the information that we need for all the deals and how much discount is on each item. We get the text information. That text information is written in a file, and then we can use that file for our shopping. So with that being said, let's see how this is built from the ground up. And then we're gonna import from the BS4 beautiful soup. Those are the two modules that we need. Then we're gonna do a test on how to use the find function to get a specific div class. We're also gonna write the simple test like an if statement to catch, make sure that our program is gonna run without failing during execution. So we can find we get a variable for our URL, which giving us the link that we have there, and we can also pass the href within the container and get only the href line. There we go. At this one more time clearly. We pass the URL. Now that we know, we pass that to variable data. So everything is in the data variable. We pass that data variable, the content of it, into the soup, which is the beautiful soup, passing it to HTML parser, and then we write prettify that gives us the content in human readable format. We pick up the class that we need. We use the soup command to find that specific class. We already know which one it is, which contains the value, the information that we need. So we know the block. So we know the body, where it's contained at, and the class let's verify that one more time, make sure all of them are in the same class. And now let's find it with soup, finding the div class and the class name that we just saw before. Make sure we can get that information back using underscore because class is used in Python. And then let's iterate with the for loop for elements in that find. Give me the elements, which is gonna print them in line so it's human readable, and then we can see that information. Let's copy everything, put in a notepad plus. If we inspect this information, look on the far right, we see we have the text information that has the class, the prices, the discount, and all the good information that we're looking for. That's the only information we need. Everything else is extra additional information we don't need, and so we can iterate through that same command we just did. This time we're gonna print just the content and the text of all the first elements from index 0 to the last index. We're only getting the 0, and there we go. We have just the text information of all the discounts and all the deals and how much we are getting. I'm gonna write this code again fully so for everyone to see. We already went through this one more time, so everybody should be well conversant with it. We write a test code that is gonna catch our test error in case the functions we are looking for in the module does not exist. The beautiful soup. If get does not exist, terminate. If it exists, then we are good. We can proceed with our coding, with our script. Print ufood. The module is missing the information you need. Just exit from the system. If that is not the case, then we know everything we have is right. We can proceed and get the information we need. Once we have everything, we can write it into file. So create a variable called target, pass in URL to the variable, and then create another variable request.get the target, which is that URL. We pass the content of that information in soup HTML parser. If you wanted to read the entire HTML, we print prettify to give us the human readable format for the HTML for reference, and we can just dive ahead and go ahead and print the information we need. So we know the class and we know the text elements that we need. Let's just verify one more time. So we know the class, we know the deals, and the same class that contains all of the deals. Create a variable for that, iterate through it, and get the text information of that information. That should be straightforward now that we've tested it one or twice. Get the class in there, it's a variable, and then we're going to iterate through the there and get the text information, all the percentage of the discount. We can clean this there further, but for now this is just for tutorial purposes. We're just going to print element content of that information. Every first element in the line, we get the text of it, and then once we validate that we have the information, we write this information into a file, and we'll use that file for shopping. So we already have the deals, so content, item in content, the line for in the there. Get that information, write it to a new file. um, let's go ahead and encode that there just in case, um, and then we write it to a new line, and then we close the file since we got it opened.